going to lift it over. So you can get away straight away, eliminate play, start, you know where to
Married with 4 children, married for 25 years. My professional background is banking and finance, 35 years, and I come from a very logical, process-driven background from a business point of view. Hockey got involved about 12 years ago with my oldest daughter first playing, and it's just been along the way helping, volunteering, involved in every aspect that I can. Yeah, I got involved about probably 4 or 5 years ago. A lady by the name Kim Island was running the place and built the place up. So I just have continued to carry that on with a few others in the committee. What I'm trying to achieve, I suppose, is to get the guys to think a little bit differently, a little bit proactively, take some responsibility for the portfolios. Ideally, try and instigate some change. Very difficult and hard, slow, but if we can go forward slowly, I think that will be the right thing. We need to have a plan. I think facilities is a key component. We also look at recruitment, juniors, clubs, the cost of hockey. So yeah, we need to put something in place. Difficult. We struggle with the day-to-day aspects, but we need to talk about the longer term view. Well, I suppose Brisbane's an interesting thing where we have a lot of country players coming to Brisbane and through for work, study, or for hockey, so it's a challenge. The cost and the availability of turf is I think key components for clubs and players, and there are so many other sports and activities for the kids or the guys that come through when they hit the mid-20s, that's for sure. So it's an interesting challenge. The vets age gets dropped, so there's plenty of opportunity for hockey, but in that top 6 grades it's hard to retain actually, or look at any growth. I think there's a couple of things we could try, and I suppose it's a key thing we should look to try that. I know with my involvement through cricket, midweek competitions or different variations of the game. We see at the international level they've moved to 5s and 7s and 9s. Maybe that's something we could look at from midweek, running a smaller comp, fewer players on the field. The other option could be like a South East Queensland comp, looking for the best of that area. So there's those type of things that I know have been talked about in the past, may have happened in the past, but I think try and get players to play more hockey or have better value for money, I suppose, would be the thing. I know a couple get very focused on points cap and rules. I understand that. Unfortunately, they're necessarily evil within our comp. We seem to spend a lot of time on 1 or 2 key issues. I think clubs have got a challenge, obviously, like all clubs, in getting volunteers, people involved, engaged. I suppose that's the key component I see from a club point of view. It then rolls to an association. We struggle to get people involved to help us out from a volunteer point. So the key message, I think, is focus on what things you can change or influence to change, and the others unfortunately got to let go. We have a board of about, I think it's 10 or 12 people who all volunteer their time freely. So again, there's a lot's been asked of those guys during their work day, their weekends. So I thank them wholeheartedly for their commitment and effort to do that. Always, I suppose you want people to do more, improve and better, but without those volunteers, things don't happen. Flows through also to the umpires and tech bench. Yes, they do get a small payment, but without those people, we don't have a game. So we need to encourage more people to get involved. We need to have the right behaviour to support them in a proactive way for the benefit of the sport.
lift it over. So you can get away straight away, eliminate play, you know where to